Hey guys, welcome back to LastWordOnSports.com's official YouTube channel. This week I want to talk to you about the 2011-2012 Bills. Are they really legit? Do they really have what it takes to get to the postseason for the first time in quite a while? Anyway, so let's take a closer look. But in order to do that, what I want to do first is kind of throw the Kansas City game out the window because as we've learned, Kansas City's it has really started off poorly, and you don't want to use a game like that to base your team on. So if we took that out, I think we can get a clearer picture of who and what the Bills are and what they'll be through the rest of the year. In weeks 2 and 3, after Kansas City, the opening match, in weeks 2 and 3 they were down big against Oakland and New England, but what bailed them out obviously is turnovers and a lot of second half points, and that's what helped them steal those victories. In week 4, they went on the road to face a tough Bengals defense and just came up a little bit short. In week 5 and 6, they played the NFC East, where they beat the Eagles and lost to the Giants in a very close match. So what can we draw on these games to get a clearer picture of the Bills? Well, I think weeks 2 and 3, the games most illustrate the type of teams the Bills are and will be. In both games, they fell behind without putting up much of a resistance. They rode an offense that can produce quick plays to second half comebacks. These games display the Bills' biggest strengths and weaknesses. The Bills' defense is really not a strong unit yet. They lack any physicality, and they have no way to pressure the passer. They have two really strong players on the D-line, obviously with the third overall pick, Marcel Darius, but they have yet to take over a game. Their single strengths appear to be the ability of their secondary to cause turnovers. But when the Bills are not causing the turnovers, that's the problem because they struggle against their opponent. Their ability to win both games highlighted the strength of their offense. They can spread the field and carve up defenses with quick passes. Fred Jackson can run from the spread and is a major threat in the passing game as well. Because the offense is running so smoothly on the short game, the long ball is opened up for players like Stevie Johnson and company. In week 3, they got a big turnover early to lead Cincinnati, but when the turnovers dried up, the low-power Bengals offense was able to grind out the points needed for their W. The Bills were unable to move the ball effectively against the first good defense they faced all season, and Fitzpatrick ended up with less than 200 passing yards. Against the Eagles, the Bills forced 5 turnovers. Their offense was able to run on the Eagles, but their real accomplishment was being able to turn the Eagles over in touchdowns. With the Eagles playing from behind, they were able to gain 489 total yards, which highlighted the Bills' inability to get stops when not causing turnovers. When the Bills played in New York, they gained an early lead but turned the ball over when it mattered most and untimely, were only able to produce 7 points in the second half. On the defensive side, the Bills again gave up over 400 yards, and this time were gashed on the ground by Giants running back Ahmad Bradshaw, who had 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. We can see some trends developing in the 2011-2012 Bills. They are a team with a strong offense but no defense to fall back on when they're not scoring. They've given up 23 or more points to every opponent since Kansas City. So what does that mean for the Bills going forward? It means that they will rely on their offense to carry them the rest of the season, but I have my doubts that this can happen. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the real breakout star for the Bills this season. He is playing better than he ever has. I'm not sure, though, how long he can play at this high level. Chan Gailey, head coach of the Bills, and Fitzpatrick have fully employed Gailey's style of offense, with much success early on. But whenever a team is winning with scheme early, you have to be cautious. Often the league will catch up with these teams, and then it is on the players to win their matchups. The other breakout star, of course, is Fred Jackson. He is the Bills' most important player, and his ability to break long runs is what makes this scheme dangerous and does not enable the defense to focus on getting to Fitzpatrick. Because of their less than stellar defense, winning road games this year will be difficult. The Bills are 0-2 on the road, ignoring the opening week. This is offset by Ralph Wilson Stadium and what might be the best home field advantage in the NFL. When the Bills are on top of their game, no fans go crazier than the Bills. For the Bills to make the playoffs, however, they have to run the slate in home games and steal one on the road. This would put them at around 10 wins. The road steal is an easy pick, obviously Miami in Week 11. The rest of the road slate, however, is very difficult. But before we arrive at Week 11 to get to see if the Bills team really means business during the next 2 weeks, they play 2 home games against Washington and the Jets. Well, home game against Washington, not really, it's in Toronto, but you get the picture. They play those 2 home games, and then they play, as I say, the Jets. That will be a crucial matchup, but the game against the Skins may be the tougher one. The Bills will have to play this game without their Ralph-Wilson crowd and instead play on the dead atmosphere of the Sky Dome. Not the Rogers Center, the Sky Dome. Yes, that's what it's called. If the Bills escape these next 2 games and go 2-0, then I'll start to buy them as a playoff threat. To learn a little bit more and to go to please go to our website, LastWordOnSports.com. You can follow me at LastWordMike on Twitter, and please subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Have a good day.